She was the daughter of one of the wealthiest men in Nigeria. At just 8 years old, little Amina lost the ability to walk. Her beautiful hair fell out, and doctors gave her only 30 days to live. No treatment worked. Hope seemed lost, until one day, in a bustling Lagos classroom, a poor boy with tattered shoes approached her. While others mocked her condition, he did something extraordinary. He pulled out a crumpled piece of paper from his pocket and said, "I have the answer. You will survive." What he revealed next left even the most experienced doctor speechless. Before we continue this incredible story, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. Oh, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. We love hearing from our viewers across Nigeria and beyond. Amina was born into a life of luxury. Her father, Oluwaseun, was a self-made billionaire who had built an empire from nothing. He could afford anything money could buy, except a cure for his beloved daughter's mysterious illness. It all began with subtle signs. Amina would stumble frequently, complain of weakness, and experience pain in her legs. Concerned, Oluwaseun took her to the finest hospitals in Lagos, then to specialists abroad. But no one could pinpoint the cause. She was pale, ethereal, like a fading photograph, but her eyes were intelligent and kind. As weeks passed, Amina's condition deteriorated rapidly. She lost control of her legs and was confined to a wheelchair. The vibrant little girl who once danced around their mansion now sat silently, her eyes filled with confusion and fear. But the nightmare didn't end there. The aggressive treatments meant to save her life caused her thick, curly hair to fall out in clumps. Amina's mother, Folek, would cry silently as she combed through her daughter's thinning hair each night. Oluwaseun exhausted every option. He flew in experts from around the world, tried experimental treatments, even sought out traditional healers. Nothing worked. With each passing day, Amina grew weaker, and the light in her eyes dimmed a little more. The doctor's grim prognosis echoed in Oluwaseun's mind. She has 30 days at most. Desperate to give Amina some semblance of normalcy, her parents decided to send her to school for as long as she could manage. They chose a public school, hoping the diversity would help Amina feel less isolated. On her first day, whispers and stares followed her everywhere. Some children were cruel, mocking her wheelchair and bald head. Amina retreated into herself, wishing she could disappear. But there was one boy who saw past Amina's illness. Chidi was the son of a street vendor, his uniform patched and his shoes worn thin. While others avoided Amina, Chidi approached her with a warm smile. "I am Chidi," he said simply, pulling up a chair beside her. "Want to share my plantain chips?" From that day on, Chidi became Amina's protector and friend. He pushed her wheelchair, shared his meager lunch, and made her laugh for the first time in months. Oluwaseun, who often watched from his car, was moved by the boy's kindness. He offered Chidi's family money, better housing, anything to repay him. But Chidi's father, a proud man, declined. "Kindness is not for sale," he said. As Amina's condition worsened, she stopped coming to school. Chidi would visit her at home, reading her stories and describing the day's events. One afternoon, as Amina lay weak in her bed, Chidi burst into the room, his eyes shining with excitement. "Amina, I have something important to tell you." He pulled out a crumpled piece of paper from his pocket. "My grandmother is a traditional healer in our village. I told her about you, and she recognized your symptoms. She says you have a rare condition caused by a river spirit. But there's a cure." Oluwaseun, who had been listening at the door, rushed in. "What are you talking about, boy?" he demanded, torn between hope and skepticism. Chidi explained that his grandmother had seen this illness before. It required a specific combination of herbs, gathered under a full moon, and a ritual performed by someone with a pure heart. "I can do it," Chidi said confidently. "I know I can save Amina." Oluwaseun was desperate enough to try anything. Against the protests of Amina's doctors, he allowed Chidi's grandmother to come and perform the ritual. For 3 nights, as the moon waxed full, the old woman chanted and mixed herbs, while Chidi sat by Amina's side, holding her hand. On the 3rd night, as the ritual reached its climax, Amina's body convulsed. Her parents watched in terror, fearing the worst. But then, something miraculous happened. Color returned to Amina's cheeks. Her breathing steadied, and when she opened her eyes, there was a spark of life that had been missing for months. Over the next few weeks, Amina's recovery astounded everyone. She regained strength in her legs, eventually taking her first steps in nearly a year. Her hair began to grow back, thick and lustrous. The doctors were baffled, running test after test, but could find no trace of the disease that had nearly claimed her life. Oyuwasian was overjoyed but also humbled. All his wealth and connections couldn't save his daughter. It took the wisdom of a village healer and the pure heart of a poor boy to perform a miracle. He realized that true wealth lay not in his bank accounts, but in the compassion and love of others. As a gesture of gratitude, Oyuwasian set up a foundation in Chidi's name, dedicated to preserving traditional medical knowledge and making healthcare accessible to all Nigerians. Chidi's family finally accepted Oyuwasian's help, moving into a comfortable home where Chidi could focus on his education. Amina and Chidi remained the closest of friends as they grew up. Their story spread throughout Nigeria, a testament to the power of friendship, faith, and the wisdom found in unexpected places. It reminded people that miracles can come from the most humble sources, and that kindness is the greatest wealth of all. Years later, when asked about her ordeal, Amina would say, "I learned that true healing comes not just from medicine, but from love and belief. Chidi didn't just save my life, he taught me how to truly live." This incredible tale of hope and healing captivated Nigeria and beyond. It showed that sometimes the most powerful cures come not from sterile labs or expensive treatments, but from the heart of a child and the wisdom of ancestors. It's a reminder that in our diverse and beautiful country, miracles can happen when we open our hearts to each other, regardless of wealth or status. So, the next time you see someone in need, remember Chidi and Amina. A simple act of kindness might just change a life forever. And who knows? You might be part of the next miraculous story that inspires a nation. Thank you for joining us for this incredible tale. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us bring more inspiring Nigerian stories to the world. Until next time, stay blessed and keep believing in miracles.